Okay, so Addicted to Monsters, Chapter 1, Part 5. I think I left off briefly mentioning, we'll call him the Godfather, the non-DNA Godfather, and that's what I'll just, I guess, refer to him as whenever I get back around to talking about him. So, took a call from my oldest who's in college and needed to defunctify and all that stuff and get ready for bed. Ironically enough, she called me sharing some challenges, her first year in college and everything, and we wound up having quite the conversation that I wasn't expecting to have. I must pause to say this. It is such an incredible feeling, and it is a privilege to have a young adult child who wants to call me, who wants to talk to me, who trusts me, who wants to be vulnerable and share, her struggles, the good, the bad. Our relationship has changed so much, and I'm really proud of the work that I had to force myself to do to rehabilitate our relationship, because there's all the jokes, and it's kind of true that with the oldest child, it's like your test tube baby and you make the most mistakes. And I've repeated a lot of abuse with my oldest child the first half of her life. I did what I knew. I did what I learned, and I did a lot of my attitude and my parenting was repeating a cycle that I've heard has been a generational cycle for at least 3 generations when it comes to just being mean and thinking that being mean and controlling is being a good parent. Wasn't expecting this, but she and we talked about some of that too, and you just never know where conversations are going to go. But she shared with me that she started noticing over the past few years how different I am as a parent to her siblings. And she said that she was really angry with me about that for a while. And it took her a while to accept seeing me be a better parent to her siblings than I was to her when she was that age. And we talked about that. And I apologize again. She also said to me that she's so proud of me, and that she said that she's proud of me, and that her watching my growth over these past 5 years or so, and just our collective growth over her life, she's seen the most, and we've been through a lot together, and that she also said that she's so glad that I've been so honest with her and her siblings, and that her learning more about my life has helped her to understand a lot of things about herself. And that was the goal. We are overcome by the words of our testimony, right? All right, so part 5, another defining moment. Another defining moment with my relationship with my father. I think I left off talking about Asbury Park. Toms River, New Jersey. I was in Toms River, New Jersey, I believe 5th and 6th grade. Yes, 5th and 6th grade. I lived on Applegate, either Applegate Drive or Applegate Avenue. I know that we used to walk down the road and the intersection we lived in. I just remember that it was a long road and it kind of went winding around. Very 2 significant moments happened on that road. We also walked to school. Oh, wait a minute. 3 significant moments, happened. So one of those was that there was a girl in my class. There were 2 Nicoles. There was me and there was another girl named Nicole Lynn Toussaint. How I remember all that. Wow. There was me, the black Nicole, and there was the white Nicole. Of course, it's been a long time. I don't know why we didn't get along, but we didn't. And I complained about how she was mean to me and she would bully me. And, whenever I would come home and complain about conflicts with other girls or other people, the response that I would always get consistently get in the house was, well, what did you do? What did you do to deserve it? It must have been your mouth. And so I guess, wow, this is kind of light bulb moment, but I think I learned from then on, and I still deal with this now, that if I have a conflict with someone, it is my fault. If I speak up for myself, I'm the aggressor. I'm the one that's wrong, some kind of way. I remember walking with some friends, and we had a foster sister at that time. She lived with us. I'm going to nickname her Rabbit. I got to write this stuff down so I kind of... she was living with my grandmother first, and then I think my aunt, and I don't know all the circumstances, just somehow my parents became her foster sister, so then she was living with us. So we'll call her Rabbit. I think she was around during that time when I was walking down Nicole and Toussaint Street, or maybe walking down that road to, I don't know, go to the store or something, and there was an altercation that happened, and things got really dramatic. She brought her, that's right, she brought her dog out, and she sicked her dog on me. And of course I went home and I told my parents, and my dad and I think his brother, they went over there, and there was some altercation. Oh, that's right. She sicked her dog on me. Me and whoever I was with ran back home. And somehow she followed us, and she came into my yard, so I pulled a knife on her. Things got a little crazy. Cops got called or whatever, and the cool thing for me, I thought at that moment, was that my dad and my uncle, they kind of stood up for me or something like that. I heard they went over there, so there was some ruckus. But the aftermath of that was that, all that was my fault. Somehow it was my fault, and I was wrong for pulling a knife as well. But that was one thing that happened on the road. Another thing that happened on that road was me and Rabbit. One day we were walking. There was like some little, there was like a pizza shop and a plaza that was kind of at the end of that road. And one day we were walking and just kind of skipping, hopping around, just being friends, just being friendly, having fun, being kids. And I remember this, Payless Shoe Store used to have these sneakers that I freaking hated. Like, I get mad thinking about this brand, XJ900s. If you grew up in the 90s and you were poor or poor adjacent, you know what them things are. I always wanted me some K-Swisses and never got them. I got the freaking XJ900s. And they always came up with a knockoff of a knockoff version of of K-Swisses. That was always the closest I was ever going to get. I freaking hated always having to go to that place. Man, parents, stop buying extra cheap stuff for your kids. You're really not saving money, because they cheap, they made bad. Get some stuff that's built to last. There's ways to do it. If you get nice, affordable, if you get nice things for yourself, and you walking around in designer stuff and Steve Harvey suits, you can find a way to get your kids good quality stuff as well. I'm going to stop it here and then go to the next part, because I'm getting close to 9 minutes, and I don't want to have to rush on this next part.